Hello, today we're going to be talking about how vaccines were invented, who invented them, debunking anti-vaxxers and their claims, and what vaccines have done for us in the past century. Edward Jenner was a doctor in the 18th and 19th century. He started making vaccines when he noticed that people who got cowpox, a less severe version of smallpox, which a person gets from touching an infected cow's udders, did not get the disease, or did not get smallpox, but if they did, it was less severe. When he did this, he cut the site of the cowpox of an infected person, and then with the same knife or scalpel cut a healthy person. He did this to multiple people throughout the span of his life, and the people that he inoculated either showed less severe symptoms or did not get the disease at all. Now let's discuss how the science behind the vaccines work. The people who do not approve of vaccines are known as anti-vaxxers. Lots of people in the anti-vaccine movement are in it because they are misinformed. A commonly cited example is that vaccines are commonly linked to autism, but that is simply not true. The author of that paper has been largely discredited, had his medical license revoked, and was believed to have had a financial motive to write that paper. Also, the other authors of that paper have had their names removed. When this study was conducted on a larger group, it was determined that there was no correlation between vaccines and autism. Another common myth is that vaccines contain toxic chemicals. While it's true they do contain trace amounts of formaldehyde, it is less than your body produces. Another chemical that used to be in vaccines but has been removed since the 90s is thimerosal. Another piece of evidence to back up that vaccines have done a lot of good in this world is that they have saved the lives of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in the United States alone. Vaccines work by injecting a diluted or weaker version of a disease into someone's body. Once the vaccine is injected, B lymphocytes react by producing antibodies to defend against the disease. Then T lymphocytes make sure that the illness will never make the subject sick with that disease again. Although vaccines have done a lot of good in this world, there are still some people who do not approve of vaccines. Diseases such as measles and mumps were extremely common in the 20th century, but have almost been eradicated in the United States since. But some diseases, such as measles, have resurfaced in the United States due to the anti-vaxxers movement. Without vaccines, many more people would have died from these easily preventable diseases. Since the 20th century alone, there has been a 99.9% decrease in measles in the United States. In the 20th century, there were 503,000 cases of measles, but in 2009, there were only 71 people diagnosed with the disease. Another disease that was in the 20th century that was very common was mumps. In the 20th century, there were 150,000 cases of mumps, but in 2009, there were just under 2,000 cases. That is a 98.7% decrease in the past century. To sum it all up, Edward Jenner invented the vaccines. Vaccines work by injecting a weaker version of the disease so that person does not get sick with the disease they're going to be vaccinated for. Even though vaccinations have done a lot of good in this world and protect us from diseases, some people are still against them because they are misinformed. To prove vaccines have done good in this world, many diseases such as polio and mumps have been eradicated since the 20th century in the United States. Thank you for watching.